There's double duty and also double decker, but how about duo pianists, Horowitz and Stecher? Normally it's Stecher and Horowitz, but what the hell rhymes with Horowitz? All right, so I have to, of course, call them Mr. Horowitz, Mr. Stecher, because they ran the piano school where I took lessons when I was a kid, so I can't possibly address them as Norman. It's embarrassing. No, it's just scary. Okay, so guys, you are duo pianists, which is something, first of all, I don't even know if kids today know what a pianist is. So there's something called the piano, that's A. It's an acoustic instrument. And then on top of that, you guys started playing piano together. So first of all, so Mr. Horowitz, where did you grow up?
I was born right here in Manhattan.
Old school.
And my father was a traveling man. He was a pharmacist. So he used to go from one location to another, and I had to move with him.
Oh, wait, you were born here, but you had to go all around the country?
No. Brooklyn, the Bronx.
Wow, that's really dramatic. Okay, Mr. Steck, where are you from?
Far Rockaway.
Oh my God, totally
right near
kind
the
of.
Five Towns.
Five Towns, that's where I grew up. Okay, so you guys are basically me. So growing up, how old were you both when you began taking lessons?
At that time, I was a little bit older than most people. I was 8 and a half.
Oh, that is older than most people. I was 5. What about you, Mr. Horowitz?
I played the moment I could really reach the keyboard.
Really?
Yeah. And that was very frustrating for my brother, who was 2 years and 8 months older than I. He'd been studying at the age of 5 and 6, and I knocked him away.
Yeah. We all went through that, the old better than our siblings routine. I handled that. My big triumph was, when I was a kid, there was coming around the mountain, I was supposed to learn it was like a 2-hand piece, and then my teacher was going to play the other part that was on the other side of the book, and I was like, watch this! And I played both, and they were like, oh my God! And it brought the house down.
Another Mozart, huh?
That was from the John Thompson book. Okay, so I assume you guys went to college and majored in piano, that old chestnut?
Yes, we took lots of courses in many places, but we started touring.
Wait, you mean you met before college?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
What? Where?
We met at the age of 17. Norman was at Queens College, and he came to the conservatory where I was studying.
What's the conservatory was that? Conservatory of Hard Knocks?
The Institute of Modern Piano Technique.
Uh-oh.
It died.
Barbizon Career School. Now wait, are you allowed to say what year this was?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know.
I graduated high school. It's funny, we both graduated high school the same month, the same year, although we're 9 months apart. Yeah.
And Norman loves to tell everybody he's 9 months younger.
Oh, brother. Okay, so what year did you graduate high school?
49.
Okay, just a blink of an eye.
And
Okay,
we didn't know each other at the time, but oddly enough, at graduation time, we each played an arrangement of the Tchaikovsky Concerto, the first movement. He did it in Brooklyn, and I did it in Far Rockaway.
Well, you both chose the same piece. It's amazing. I love it. And then how'd you guys meet? Online?
No.
Facebook? I didn't know how it worked back then.
Yeah, the clothesline.
Exactly.
I came to the same conservatory on 79th Street.
Oh, nice.
I had been studying with the head of Curtis Institute.
Curtis is like the fanciest, schmanciest. I mean, even more than Juilliard, because it's really exclusive Curtis.
Because
Yes.
there it's all scholarship.
Yeah, it's literally free, and you get, at least in my day, you got your own apartment with your own piano. Like, here's an apartment and a piano. It was amazing.
And it's very small, 150 perhaps, too.
Wow, I guess you were good. Okay, so you were there, and then you went
No,
to...
but I wasn't at Curtis. I was studying with the head of the department,
Oh, I see.
Isabel Van Gereva, who was Gary Graffman's teacher, Jacob Latina's teacher, Bernstein's teacher. I mean, she was really the best in the business, supposedly. But it was difficult, and I had heard about this phenomenal woman whose name was Hetty Spielta, and she had this conservatory on 79th Street. And so I asked for an audition, and immediately she gave me a scholarship.
What'd you play?
Oh, I played a lot of Mendelssohn, Chopin, Liszt, things like that.
Okay.
But I was already 17.
So you were obviously excellent. And the two of you met, and you said instead of hating each other and competing, why don't we become dual pianists?
No, actually, the time when Norman came to the school, I was preparing for a Carnegie Hall concert with 60 members of the New York Philharmonic.
As a soloist?
Yeah,
Woo!
playing
Or-
a Liszt concerto.
Ow.
And one thing that was very interesting, I had to come on stage without a rehearsal.
Wait, why?
So that was quite
They couldn't
something.
afford it.
Oh, they didn't want to hire the Philharmonic for rehearsal, so they
Yeah.
just said, just play it, you'll be
That's right, it was a
fine?
youth concert.
No, but he had to rehearse with the conductor prior to it.
Oh, well, with no orchestra playing, so he was
That's
just like,
right.
da,
So,
da.
in place of the orchestra, Norman played the orchestra part on the second piano.
Oh.
And that's how we started. But then the following April,
Oh, cute.
I made my debut at Carnegie Hall, the big hall. And I was very fortunate. I had a very big house because I came from Far Rockaway, so all of Far Rockaway turned
All
out.
the shuls and
And
synagogues.
I was 19 years old in the age. After that, we decided that during the summer, perhaps we'd go out and try to get an engagement or two as a two-piano team.
Was that like a thing back then?
Oh, the Borscht Belt was the biggest thing.
But the Borscht Belt wanted dual pianists. I thought they wanted singers. They wanted dual
They
pianists.
wanted everything.
We
So
had-
we thumbed our way up to the Borscht Belt, and we made an appointment with somebody who owned the Beaver Lake Lodge. And then we heard about some sort of a talent scout show, and we were asked to come on that night, and we waited 2.5 hours to
Really?
get an appearance on stage, fighting with some of the people who were getting in before us. Mel had a big battle with none other than
Well, he was getting quite known at that time in the Borscht Belt. And he had shows and so on, so I was getting a little annoyed that he was going on before us. But it turned out that it was Buddy Hackett.
And you were like, get out of my way, you know talent?
That's
And he's
right.
like, I've actually got talent.
But we did, the owners booked us for 4 people. We were very entrepreneurial. We had 2 singers with us, a soprano and a baritone.
But was your act, I mean, Borscht Belt, was it comedy? With like a
No,
funny thing
it
happened
was
with a
sort of
Chopin?
a light, sort of
Gershwin, Rhapsody
semi-concert.
in Blue,
Oh, that's my one piece that I still know.
and
Oh,
same with us. And
Really? It's a one piece thing. One I could still play. Everything else completely forgot.
So we
Continue.
went up to we played with the 4 of them. The 4 of us appeared, and we received $116 for the 4 of us. And then Norman and I had to go back to New York and join the union for $50 apiece.
but one of the leitmotifs was when they introduced us at a concert, they said, now we present Stecher and Horowitz and our 2 Steinbergs, 2 uprights painted white.
Wait, Steinbergs?
That's right.
You know what? I can't. Okay, so here's the
It's
deal,
the
yo.
Borscht Belt.
But believe me, I get the joke. I'm Jewish. But the point is, you guys, you've become such musical sort of philanthropists. Like you have a.
But the first 5 years, we did only pop stuff.
Well, but pop back then was like Cole Porter.
No, yeah, that's right.
Right.
Exactly.
It wasn't like like
All
Black
of a sudden,
Sabbath.
we get on a train, we go to Cleveland, Ohio, and we played at Mushy Wexler's Theatricals. You know, did you ever
Wishy
hear-
or mushy?
Mushy.
Pushy?
Mushy.
That's a first name?
Mushy Wexler.
I can't. I didn't. No, that's someone's bar mitzvah. So, but that was your actual gig?
Yes.
We played with Ellie Frankel Trio. We played.
Was anyone not Jewish? I've never heard more Jewish names for in my life.
Our first manager was Tony Cabot, alias
Okay.
Caputo.
Okay, an Italian. But we tell everybody about the scholarships you do, because I feel that's the impressive part, your philanthropic
Well,
work.
after the 5 years in the lighter circuit, then we got a very good management and we started touring.
You're with Cammie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for 40
fancy.
years.
But then one of the provisions were that we had to have 2 Steinway grand pianos and a truck.
That was in your contracts.
Mhm.
So-
Otherwise, we wouldn't get a concert.
The towns didn't have 2 pianos.
So what would they haul out?
How would they hold that?
We bought a truck and we got 2 pianos.
So you traveled around with your pianos?
First 5 years, we drove 2 concerts, Steinway concert grand pianos, D, 9 feet long.
Double
We drove
Ds?
around the country.
And who did the driving?
We did.
I took the tough routes on the mountains, and he took the lower.
You
routes.
were the tour managers as well. You were the roadies.
We were the player pianos, the piano players. We were everything.
And then following that, then we had drivers for 35 years on the road.
Did you ever do like Ed Sullivan or any of those old school
Yeah,
TV
years
shows?
ago.
I did one of the things I did before Norman was I appeared when I was, I think, 16 on the Arthur Godfrey Talent Scout.
Holy, well, 2 people in the audience over 50 are like, wow. Everyone else is staring.
But who won the time?
Yeah, who won that?
Florian Zabak?
Florian Zabak, the
You remember?
violinist.
Oh, so it was actual competition. I was thought it was just a variety
No, there were
show.
4 people, but then the audience, by applause, one was the winner.
Rude. Now, why did you never do like the big fancy Tchaikovsky competition or any of those things?
For 2 pianos?
Because we were on the road.
Oh, they didn't even have those.
We were on
right?
the road and already an established pianist. by the
Wait, so
time.
you actually were able to make a living as a duo piano team? It just seems like such a odd thing that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, go ahead.
Well, when we toured, there were about 2,500, 3,000 venues in the United States. phenomenal. We would go back to North Dakota and Fargo. We'd go to Red Devil. We'd go to Chadron, Nebraska. We'd go 2-3 times.
Do these towns
4
even
times.
exist anymore? I've never heard these names in my life.
We would play either the local
Moose Jaw.
high school, we play at a movie theater. What was 3,500 venues has now dwindled down to 250.
I'm so depressed. What happened to live music? I can't take it anymore.
That's right.
Okay, so
that's
So we
then,
were
of
able to
course-
sustain ourselves very well. And then, of course, we played 5-6 concerts a week, and we went on tour for 17, 18 weeks a year.
what about tendinitis? Ow, does anything hurt?
No, but then how we got involved with education and scholarships was we were playing in South America under the aegis
Just underscoring. Yes, continue.
of President Eisenhower on a cultural exchange tour.
Wait, when he was president?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, keep going. Everything is like, I was talking to Mozart and he said, all right, go on.
We were not then live.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I got ill in Costa Rica.
From what, he drank the water? I told you not to.
He lost 51% of his blood.
Wow, what about body weight though? Because I'd kill for that. Did you lose any weight from it?
He almost lost his life.
Well, all right, well, that's a
But
secondary
we
thing.
came back and we thought we should have a backup. But we continued touring after that for 35, 40 years. But we then bought a piece of property
In the five
Cedarhurst
towns.
and
Maple
started the school in 1960. And I looked up my records today. That was pre-computers, and it's easy for me to find. And I saw that Seth Rudetsky came in what year? Do you know what
I'm
year?
going to say 1983? 1982.
And you were there 82 and 83. And what amazed me today, which I thought was phenomenal because of what you do now,
Yes.
you had started in voice
Yes.
and piano, and the book that you purchased at the school was Italian arias and songs, art songs.
We call that the Hardcore 24. I had to sing that horrible Caro mio bene, I'm so boring. Yeah, it killed me. It was so boring. And then I studied with you, Mr. Horowitz. I remember I was playing that horrible It's So Hard.
Fantasy impromptu.
Yes! I keep trying to play it. I don't know why. You're so much better as a teenager than you are as an adult. Like, I can't believe I ever played that. Now my hands hurt. But I was able to play it back then.
Well,
But you're
Ooh.
always-
By the way, he's like, not really. It was a
that's
subtext.
called memories.
Well, I guess so.
But you're always talking about everybody else, but you were a very dynamic, outstanding talent. You were.
Wow.
He was
Thank-
uncontrollable.
Wait, what was the compliment? What was it?
I mean this in a complimentary way. Here's a perfect example. You heard of maybe the composer Walter Piston,
Yes, of course. He wrote you guys a
a concerto for us, yes. But he was head of Harvard for 35 years, and one of his students was Bernstein. And he told us that he could never teach a thing to Bernstein. Never.
Oh.
Because Bernstein was always one step ahead of him, or wanted to do it his way.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was one step ahead. I think I was just like,
Yeah. No, but Seth was really just, he was an enormous talent for his youth, and he is now at this point. But he really is.
pathetic applause.
Tremendous
Yes.
talent. And anyone who is trying to discipline somebody into a form and wants to work with Seth Rudetsky, forget about it.
It's true. I always have to be in charge. It's very hard for me to follow. But when I went to conservatory, I sort of wound up. I mean, I did okay. I wasn't actually kicked out, but I always played the scandalous pieces. That's what I was like concerto in F or Rhapsody. I always play the non-classical pieces to shock the conservatory. Okay, stop focusing on me. So the point is now. So first of all, I know you have a book out already, and which is crazy about all your travails. But how can people get involved in your scholarship? How can they apply for your scholarship?
Well, we have a foundation now that we started a long time ago in '75. And the basic thrust of the foundation is the New York International Piano Competition, which now brings enormous talents from all over the world. We have a biennial competition. The next one's coming up in 2016. And we give out approximately $50,000 in scholarships.
Isn't that great?
To that. However,
Oh.
we do, in addition to that, provide about 30 to 35 concerts a year, and we present these young talents in concert in New York, all open to the public for nothing.
So how can people that love classical
Just
music?
go on our line, steckerandhorowitz.com or steckerandhorowitz.org, actually, And you can, the whole listing of all the concerts are available. There are 4 through the Skirball Center at Temple
Skirball is
Emmanuel.
amazing. I love it down there.
Yeah, no, but it's affiliated with Temple Emmanuel on 65th Street.
Always with the Jews. Yeah, continue.
No, wait, no. We've
Mushy.
been at Park Avenue Christian. We've been
Oh.
we've been a lot of places that have Church of the Annunciation in Washington D.C.
You run the religious
Yeah,
gamut.
that's right.
Fairfield University,
Fairfield will still
Denise's college.
present 4 concerts. Fairfield.
I love you guys are
University.
so vital. So it's Stecher and Horowitz, and you can basically Google it. If you can't spell it, it'll still come up. It's Stecher. People say Steckler, but it's not. Stecher and Horowitz.
No, they usually say Stecher.
Yeah, well, that too, because it's CH. Anyway, so I called them this morning. I sort of put them on the spot. I was like, "Will you please play something?" And it was a lot of, but I don't know if we possibly can. But surely you can. This piano bench won't really fit both of your behinds. But do you want to walk over to the piano and see what you can haul out?
We used to dedicate it to all our young folks who were sitting in the audience. So I dedicate it to our young folks who were sitting in the audience.
Sorry, Betty.